Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. So today we have a brand new build. It is in Newcrest on a 30 by 20 lot, and it ended up being 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, just under 96,000 simoleons. So those are kind of the specs on it. When I started it, I originally intended for it to be a tiny home, and I just kind of went above and beyond from there. I did kind of have the vision for higher ceilings in the living room, dining room area, and then in the bedroom, which, as you can see throughout this build, I do end up doing that. I do end up figuring it out. It was kind of complicated at first, but I did end up getting it. So there is one tiny bathroom in here. This house can be modified. So, like if you wanted to add some stairs in there, or even this balcony I'm building, just have a door up there and put a second level right above that first bedroom, you can make it into a 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom house if you wanted to. So I did end up calling this guy the traditional townhouse. It is more focused on a traditional style of house. There's not a lot of like modern vibes or even like mid-century vibes. It's very traditional, whether it is the siding of the house, because I am doing brick and then I am doing wood paneling on the siding. So that alone is super traditional. Whether it's the windows, the doors I chose, the color palette with the whites and the like wood floors. So that is why I chose that name. I'm actually really happy with this build, and I don't know, I think my building style is kind of really all over the place, but it does end up working. And sometimes, like if I ever do a let's build, you guys will kind of see my thought process, but sometimes you just have to put stuff out there and see how it looks, and then you'll just come back to it. That's just how life is sometimes. So that is how I have really noticed that I have been building recently, is I will go with one thought process and then I always end up coming back to it to change it. So I don't know if you guys can tell that already, but you will definitely notice that as the build goes on. So I am in the kitchen now, and I kind of wanted sleek countertops, but I also wanted a little bit of color in here. That is where the orange comes in on these counters. It was a kind of an awkward shape for a kitchen, because especially if you want to fit everything in there. And I did want a little island also, so I ended up getting that in there as well. It's kind of a cramped kitchen, but not every kitchen can be like huge. So you gotta keep that in mind when you're building. So I did end up adding the island right there with some chairs. If you guys end up downloading this house, you guys can always move stuff around if you think something could be designed better. Feel free. Here I am struggling with placing objects again. You guys, I don't know if I'll ever get good at this. So I think it'll be a miracle. Pigs will be flying if I am ever good at placing objects. I'm just going to say that right now. I did learn actually a trick, not to place objects, but little things in your Sims gallery, not gallery, but like your Sims build options that you can use to like as clutter in your house to make it look kind of homier, I guess. You type in the search bar and you will just search debug. And there's so many little things. There's like food, there's plates, there's silverware, there's a toothbrush, there's a hair dryer. Like, it's just little things that you can decorate your house with to make it look more realistic. So, if you guys are interested in looking at any of that stuff, that is what you would have to do. So I got halfway through, or I got pretty much done painting the house, and then I think, yep, right here I realized I was like, I can't use this painting because it is a higher ceiling or higher wall house or whatever, and this trim looks horrible, split halfway through. So I ended up changing all the painting in the house. I did keep the paneling, the wood paneling. I don't know if any of you watch Fixer Upper, but this reminded me of shiplap. So that is kind of what that was inspired as for me, was shiplap. So I gave my walls some shiplap in the house. How many times am I going to say that within 5 minutes? So yeah, I don't know if you guys watch that at all, but that is definitely where the inspiration for those walls came in. This right here is the bedroom, and I just kind of gave it a really traditional furniture vibe feel with this kind of a cherry, I don't know, I guess you could probably say cherry furniture, wood furniture vibe or whatever. So that is the main color I went for with the furniture. Threw down a nice ivory rug, and then we made a cute little sitting area on each side of the stairs here. I didn't want to make the side with the stairs to the bathroom too busy since you were going to be walking up and down there. And then we're going to throw up a little dresser here. It is a little bit different shade of the redder wood, but it still has those orange tones to it. And we are going to watch me struggle again for like probably 2 minutes to place some things. I did realize that it did look a little bit too cluttered with all of the taller objects on there. So I'm just trying to figure that out, see if there's anything else I want to throw up there. One thing I know I need to get better at is picking out the stuff before I start putting it up there. I love plants in my house. Like, even if it's my house here, like where I live, I love plants. I have fake plants all throughout my room. So I had to put plants in there. All right, now we are onto the bathroom, and I honestly, these simple bathrooms are just so quick to do. I probably don't even spend, like, sped up, probably 5 minutes on, like, yeah, done. See, like, it was not even 30 seconds on there. All right, I was going to just do a TV stand with the TV, but then I decided, no, you know what? I want this living room to be warm and cozy, so I'm going to put a fireplace. So I do a fireplace underneath the TV, and then just I was thinking about doing a kind of backsplash to the fireplace, but I decided against that. We threw down a nice furry rug, some plants, kept it really simple in the living room, just a nice place to hang out and chill with your friends. And then the dining room table is super simple to match that same wood to the, I think it was like really similar to the dresser in the bedroom. Threw down a rug, some pictures. I'm going to throw up a nice big picture of a wine glass right on the wall there. And then we have some more storage in the kitchen. All right, so moving out front again, we are switching up the deck, moving it back in. I didn't want it quite so far out into the yard. And then I was struggling a little bit here with the roof because I kind of wanted an overhang over the top deck, but then I decided against it. We're going to add some columns in on the corners. I don't know why, I just feel like it makes the house look more realistic, more put together. Switch out the door to something a little bit wider. no, narrower, smaller, Ashley, smaller. And then I love putting these little flower boxes on the bottom windows. I don't know why. It just brings the house together. It just looks so much better when you do that. I love it. And then we're gonna finish up putting these columns on the corners. And then I decided to bring out that top level of the living room there to create a little bit of an overhang over the front door. Add some lights, and then we're gonna struggle with how to close up that ceiling there. I eventually get it. You have to build a room and then close in the floor. I got it now. It's a little bit of trial and error. And then we are moving on to the landscaping. Now, I will be 100% honest with you guys. I definitely know that landscaping is one of my weakest areas. I don't know, I'll get better at it eventually. It's just kind of hard trying to figure out what you want to throw in there for flower and plant wise. You don't want it to look super busy and you want it to really mesh. But I finally got it on here. I realized here that I really wanted a fountain in the middle, but I didn't know if I didn't like the fountain by itself without the flowers in the middle. So as you will see, I put the fountain in the middle and then I do more flowers on the inside of the rocks. So you will see that. So I just want to apologize right now if you guys hear any really loud noises in the background. I have 2 cats and they just love being noisy and running around and having fun. So that is more than likely what you are hearing in the background. So here you can see I threw that fountain in and now I am adding just the same flowers that I put around the outside on the inside of that. And then I had already had this area done and I was like, you know what? I don't like the flowers I chose. I don't like the plants I chose. We are going to redo it with the exact same things that I used over on the other side of the house. So we go ahead and throw those guys in there. And then we lay down a little bit of landscaping paint, whatever it's called, to kind of circle out, yep, right there, because it just drove me nuts how straight that edge was. I'm gonna throw some rocks down, add some more plants around them. I don't know, I'm actually really proud of this landscaping I did on this build, especially the front yard. The backyard could use some work, but you know what? I'm pretty proud of it. So for this house, I'm kind of envisioning a probably an older single lady, maybe a single couple that has grandkids and kids already. They're all out of the house. The older lady likes to garden, so this is kind of going to be her gardening area. The older man is a beekeeper. He loves his bees. So that's kind of what I'm envisioning for this house. It is, like I said, an older couple, and yeah. So that is kind of my vision for that. You still have a pretty big enough house that if they have their kids or grandkids come over, there's enough room. But yeah, you guys are seeing all my notifications pop up on the screen. So for the backyard, I did the same exact plants that I used the front yard. We just repeated them in the backyard there. And then I decided to throw up a couple trees. I was going to go along the house there with more plants, but I decided, you know what? This is good. This is perfect. I don't need any more. This is good. Ended up throwing up a chimney right where the fireplace is. And then here I am trying to decide how I want to decorate the top porch. I know I really wanted an area that you could grill and then sit and chill and eat with your friends or family. And then I also put a little plant area here, so like the wall plants. Alright guys, so this is going to pretty much sum up the end of this build for this little traditional townhouse. So I just want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this build. You can download it on the Sims 4 gallery. All you just have to do is search my EA username, which is aagagnon. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you!